is Faisal. I'm from Marchese Pharmacy in Hamilton. We're working with Over the Bridge here today at the Warped Tour, and we're going to talk to you quickly about Naloxone. Naloxone is a medication that's used to reverse opioid overdoses. Opioid overdoses are rampant across Canada and North America. We want to try and save as many lives as possible, so we're getting kits out into people's hands and getting training into their heads and getting a passion in their hearts so they can help save other people's lives. Naloxone kit contains 2 syringes, a rescue breathing barrier, 2 naloxone vials, a pair of nitrile gloves, and some alcohol swabs, as well as instructions on how to administer naloxone and what signs to look for when you're identifying a victim. When we're identifying a victim, we want to look for signs that they might be suffering from an opioid overdose. Pinpoint pupils, cold clammy skin, labored or slowed or stopped breathing. They may have vomit present. They may have bluish or purplish fingernail beds or lips. They may be unresponsive to your stimulation. If you see any one or combination of these symptoms, suspect an opioid overdose. If you're in a position to help them with a kit, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to take one of the naloxone vials. You're going to snap off the cap. Open up your syringe, take off the cap. Carefully point the beveled side up, insert it into the port, and then push straight in. You're going to draw the plunger down, pull all the liquid into your syringe. You can see it's filling up. Push some air back in and draw the liquid back down. Once you feel you've got the full amount out, or as close to as you can within a reasonable amount of time, just going to pop out any air. Don't stress about getting every tiny little bubble. This is going into the person's muscle, not into their veins. A tiny little bubble isn't going to hurt them. We're going to push that up until we see liquid coming out. We're ready to administer. We're going to administer into the middle third of their thigh. That's the thickest part of the muscle. That's where we're going to administer the dose. It'll go right through clothing, so you can go through a pair of jeans. Alternate site is find the bone of the shoulder, go 2 fingers, and just below that, that's the deltoid muscle. That's where we're going to be an alternate site to administer. You want to make sure that the person's rolled onto their back, and if you've had a chance to administer breaths to this person, this is actually really important. Breaths are super important because it helps to deliver oxygen to the victim. You want to have your gloves on. Sorry, I'm kind of going out of sequence. Put your gloves on so that you're protected. If you have the ability to swish out anything that might be in the victim's mouth, do that. Place the rescue barrier over their face. This goes into their mouth. Then you're going to give 1 breath every 5 seconds. Look for their chest to rise and fall, and do that for 2 minutes. You want to try and get oxygen back into their system. If after 2 minutes they're not responding, you're going to administer the naloxone. So draw it up as I demonstrated. You're going to find the muscle site. You're going to put the needle directly in. Then you're going to push the plunger all the way until the needle retracts back inside the barrel. This is a safety needle. Prevents accidental needle sticks to either the victim or to yourself or anybody else that might be around. You can set this aside very comfortably. If you want to, you can massage the site to help distribute the medication, but we're looking for signs of recovery. Again, if the person starts to show signs of movement or their breathing starts to return, these are signs of recovery. At any point, if they start to recover, you're going to roll them onto their side into the recovery position, which is upper leg over, upper arm over. In the event that they do come to and they vomit, they're not going to aspirate or choke on their vomit. If they're not showing signs of recovery, we're going to continue with the breaths and the compressions. Compressions are fingers locked, elbows locked. The spot is armpit directly in a straight line over the chest. And then we're going to use our upper body and provide compressions to the beat of the Bee Gees' Staying Alive. You're going to give 30 compressions, 2 breaths, 30 compressions, 2 breaths. So after 2 minutes, again, we're looking for signs of recovery. If they are not showing signs of recovery, we're going to use the second dose of naloxone in a different location, so another arm or a different thigh. And then we're going to look for signs of recovery again. Back to breaths, back to compressions. After 2 or 3 minutes, if they're not showing signs of recovery, if you have more naloxone, give more naloxone. If you have a spray, this is the spray version of naloxone called Narcan. There's a single dose inside of here, so there's no practicing or getting ready. All you would do is hold it like this, put it into the victim's nostril, and then firmly press the plunger all the way up. That's going to deliver the entire single dose. Again, we're looking for signs of recovery. If no recovery signs, we're going back to breaths and compressions for 2 minutes. No signs of recovery, you're going to hit another dose of Narcan spray. We give 2 doses of Narcan spray in all of our spray kits. So if you've run out of naloxone and help hasn't arrived yet, you're just going to continue with those breaths and with those compressions until help arrives. If you can find someone to assist you because compressions are exhausting, then it's obviously going to be beneficial for you, so you can continue to be able to help the victim. You can rotate into breaths while the other person does compressions, and then vice versa. So continue with the breaths and the compressions until help arrives. Hopefully you'll never have to be in a position, but now you're aware and able to help save someone's life.